Hi, my name is Hannah Epps from Fun and Pilates. I've been running Fun and Pilates for over 10 years, nearly 11 years now, and I run mat classes and on equipment, so reformers and things like that, and I have my own studio. So I'm starting a 6-week online Pilates abdominal focus, so we can get really trimmed up and toned before the summer, or you could use it over the summer. So it's a 6 weeks, you watch the videos. It'd be really good if you could watch the videos about 3-4 times a week, and then obviously the following week you get a new video. So anyway, so the weeks consist of, we start talking about general, we do general abdominal exercises. Joseph Pilates' most famous exercise, the 100, it's brilliant for your abdominals. So we definitely start with that, and we do that for quite a few weeks. We then got work on transverse abdominis and pelvic floor in week 2. Week 3 is all about the rectus abdominis, so we cover more and do more exercises working here. So we're going to tone up around here. Week 4 is all about the obliques, so this is at the side to support. And then we work on glutes and abs in week 5. Week 6, it brings it all together, so lots of general exercises for the abdominals. Now, it's really important when you do anything to do with Pilates is that you get your standing, sitting or lying alignment right. So it's all about foot placement. Make sure your feet in a straight line, so the sides of the feet are straight, knees nice and relaxed. If you find your feet are dropping, then take a little bit of a weight on the outside of the foot and open out so the knees don't point in. If you find you're the opposite way, that you're turning in, then just really work on turning out in the legs. Keeping the knees soft, they're not locked, and pelvis should be in alignment, so you tuck and release to get your neutral, so you want to curve in that lower back, your bottom is behind you. You're engaging the pelvic floor on all the exercises on your out breath. So you're lifting up through the spine, shoulders nice and relaxed, and chest open. When you think about your breathing, it's wide thoracic breathing. You're breathing into your ribs, not your belly. So you can start practicing by just hands on the rib cage, breathe in wide and full, and breathe out. Breathe in wide and full. So you're expanding the rib cage, working the intercostal muscles, and you are not pushing the belly out. The belly doesn't move. You're breathing in and breathing out through your mouth. Now, as you breathe in, prepare yourself, and on your out breath, you lift the pelvic floor as if you're stopping yourself going to the loo, and you squeeze between the hip bones. It's this transverse abdominis muscle that's squeezed to engage the core. You're squeezing to about 30-40% on each out breath before you make a movement. Okay, so when we talk about the pelvic floor, what is important is not just being able to hold the pelvic floor in a standing position, you want to hold it with a functional position. So it's really good to practice doing a little squat, lifting the pelvic floor, or rising up onto your toes, lift the pelvic floor, squat, lift the pelvic floor, and up. So before each session or after each session, it's really good if you could do 10 to 15 squats. So you're pushing back as if you're sitting on a chair, pushing your bottom away from you, making sure the angle stays the same with the tummy in the back and the legs. Core muscles are engaged, pelvic floor is engaged. If you find your pelvic floor is releasing there, lift and then come back up and squat down. Squats are really important because we get much less mobile in the hips, and it's really important to be able to move functionally and engage that pelvic floor. As well as about 10 squats, I want you to then also do some stretches after each session. So we're then going to go into my favourite, our hip circles. So legs are wide, and you're going to start moving the hips around. It stretches all within the hip joints. It works the synovial fluid around the hip joints, so it keeps it all nice and mobile in there. Sometimes I find I've got a nice little clonk in the morning. This is my morning stretch that I do. So really push the hips side, forward, side and back. So it gets nice movement in the hips, and then change direction. Breathe wide and full as you circle. Good. From there, I want you to push the hips back. Hands can go on the top of the thighs, and you're stretching those hamstrings. So you're stretching the back of the legs as you press back. So stretching those hamstrings at the back. Press, and you can move the hips side to side, get into those inner thighs. You can even take yourself all the way to the left, take your hand down, you can bend that knee, the supporting knee, and then you're stretching that inner thigh there. Keep breathing wide and full, and up and over to the other side. Stretch that inner thigh, so the adductors. So any problems with your knees, you might find you're quite tight in the adductors, or if you've got hip pain, we're going to do the next stretch, is all to relieve any issues around the hips. And then up. So then we go into the hip flexor that can help stretch around the hips. So bring yourself in almost like a runner's pose. This can be enough to stretch your hip flexor if you're very tight, or you can lift up and hold. Let the hip drop. And you're holding for about 30 seconds to try and do a nice stretch within those hips. Breathe. And then change. Change sides again. Knee can drop. You might find you're tighter one side more than the other. And hold. And let the hips, let gravity, let the hips drop down. Good. Another really important stretch is in the piriformis, in the glutes. If you do running or lots of exercise, it's really important to stretch in the glutes. Now, some people like the stretch. I don't really like it standing up, but I'll just show you. Put your foot across, open the knee out, try and balance. Oh! And press that knee out. And you should feel a stretch in the glute at the back. And then change sides. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you each week. And please email me any comments or let me know if there's any problems. Hannah@farnhampilates.com. Thank you.